What is happening, guys? I know I haven't been very good at uploading recently. I've just been sort of taking a little break, but I was looking through my old videos to try and come up with ideas for new ones, and I've done a build progress, and I've done the interior tour, and I've done the 6 things I love and the 6 things I hate about the Celica. And I'm going to go and find a nice place that's quiet and good for shooting video, and I'm going to go and do an exterior tour of the Celica. So yeah. Alright, so it turns out that the place I wanted to go to is a little bit busy at this time. I didn't realise that, I think it's like 9 o'clock now. I didn't think the place would still be open, but live and learn. So I found another quiet spot literally right across the road. I've never actually found this place before, I've never seen it. I just sort of saw a sign for a national park and thought, I'm national. So yeah, here's my exterior tour of the Toyota Celica. So what I'm going to do to try and break down this video is I'm going to start from the front and I'm going to work my way all the way out to the back. I don't know why the car looks really shiny right now, even though it's really not. I don't know what it is that's caused that, but yeah, I'm going to start right from the front. So first of all, basic things, carbon wrap the scoop. So it's kind of ghetto carbon fibre, it's like £2 off eBay, but it seems to do the trick, it seems to look okay. I didn't have any special equipment, just had a lighter and a credit card and a Stanley blade, and it seems to be okay because it's been on there for 2 years. Moving down, painted the badge black, obviously, just it gives it that more aggressive kind of look rather than having the silver one. Further down, import plate, and right at the bottom of the car we've got what Toyota called the dynamic spoiler. Now this was an optional extra for the pre-facelift. It's also the same splitter, kind of, that comes on the facelift GT, but it's with the facelift the fog lights are actually further out, so the facelift one doesn't fit. So the only way to get this one is through an optional extra or find somebody who has one. So I fitted that last October or the October before, and it's a little bit beat up now, but that's what happens when you ride silly low and forget that you're that low and hit speed bumps and stuff and curbs. So yeah, it's a little bit beat up, but it looks good. It kind of drops the front of the car down a fair old bit. Moving over to the side, which will obviously be the same as the other side. You can't really see it at the moment. If I can try and play around with the lighting. Hang on, I think I'm getting it. Yeah, the camera's picking it up like it's flashing, but I've fitted angel eyes. Now these change colour with a little remote. They're just eBay specials. They only cost I think they only go for about £6 or something, but they're easy enough to fit. It's just a bit of tiger sail and a heat gun and you're golden, and they go any colour you want. You can cycle through colours, you can flash colours, whatever. The problem is this is actually white, but it comes out at night time as purple. Underneath it we've got DRLs. These are switchback DRLs, meaning that they're white when you turn them on with the normal, if you've got them spliced into the battery so they come on all the time, or if just for side lights like I have, because I've done that and then unplugged the side light bulb. But I've left it in there to keep the headlight weather tight. There's also a third wire that comes off these that goes to the indicator, so these will flash orange. They'll turn off the white and flash orange instead with the indicator, and then when I turn the indicator off they come back white again, just like all the new Audis do. So yeah, that's kind of my headlight mods. I've painted the inside of the headlights black as well. This is normally a clear colour, but I painted it black just to give it that more aggressive kind of look. And overall I'm very happy with them. I've never seen headlights like this on the Celica, so I'm going to call them one-off. And yeah, I'm very happy with them. I'm going to have to adjust the lighting again to show you. But right round on the side we've got JDM side markers. Now these came on the American and Japanese models of the Celica. They also came on various models of the JZ80 Supra, the Mark IV, that basically the famous Supra, the one that everyone knows as the Supra. I think these ones are genuinely off of a Supra. They're not actually off a Celica, but they look exactly the same. And yeah, I fitted them. You basically had to drill 3 holes in the bumper, one for the bulb and one for either fitting. The only problem I had is round the other side. I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but when I got them the fixings were broken. So this one isn't actually bolted in, it's glued in with tiger seal, so it's solid, it doesn't go anywhere really. If I want to take that off, it takes the bumper with it, so I'd say they're pretty solid. Now moving around, I'm going to use this side simply because there's more on this side than the others, given the fact that there's a fuel cap on this side. We've got 17-inch 7.5 J ET49, I think, rotor grids. These are neochrome. You can't really see it here, but I'll see if I can put a picture in the video somewhere of the actual colour of the wheels. But when there's no light on them, they go purple, and when you shine light on them, they go green. The Rota called them neochrome, and these are the only pair that Rota's ever made in that colour and size, simply because I had to do a special order, and when I checked a few months ago, they were still the only pair, and I've had them for a year and a half now, so that's not bad going, having one-off wheels from a big big wheel manufacturer. Moving up, we've got the smoked indicators, kind of a must-have really. They kind of make the car look a little bit more modern instead of having the clear ones like the standard Celica does. So that's kind of this area done. That's really the front. I've got a big Fensport sticker made by LNS Vinyl. I used to have a massive Speed Hunter sticker that ran along the bottom of the windscreen, but as you can already guess, that was pretty illegal and got the attention of the police. It did take them 12 months to notice it, but yeah, eventually when they told me to remove it, I just removed it, simply because I didn't want any hassle from them. And great, now we've got somebody coming in. But yeah, I've got the big Fensport sticker. I like it. They don't seem to have any problems with it. We've also got a sun strip here. This is prepared. Oh, they're leaving again. I bet they're dogging. I also have this sun strip here. This is an eBay special, but it is laser cut for the Celica, so I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's a mirror mount right here, and it's already pre-cut for it. You can kind of just faintly see the lines, so it is actually a direct fit to the inside of the windscreen. It's adhesive, you don't have to use any soapy water or anything. It is actually just sticky back. Just remove the mirror, remove the pillars here and on the other side for the plastics on the inside, stick it on, rebuild everything, and it's easy. Along the roof we've got a shortened aerial, simply because the original one basically went like this and stopped about here, which was just ridiculous, so I've done that. I've got the smaller one, and then the sun started to bleach this bit and make it go bronze, so I've carbon wrapped it to try and match that bit. It does for now. I'm going to get something nicer later on. The sunroof, now this looks standard, but this isn't actually the one for the car. The standard one for the car is a plastic one, and over time, with just particles flying over the car, it tends to scratch it, and it looks terrible from the inside looking up. It looks totally fine from the outside, but I got this one, which is a glass one, so you can hear it, it's glass. That's from a facelift model, so 2003 and newer, and it hasn't really made any difference. Maybe it's made the car a bit heavier and raised the centre of gravity slightly, but it looks nicer and it doesn't look so bad from the inside either. Moving along, I've also carbon wrapped the brake light. I've left the bit that actually functions as a brake light red, but I've carbon wrapped this bit because otherwise the whole thing's red and it just sort of makes it look a bit more dated. B&M sticker there, that's for the shock shifter inside that I never told anyone about. Now this is a TRD, well they say it's TRD, I don't think it actually is, but this I had to import from Japan. It's actually see-through, you can't see it properly in the camera at the moment. There we go, you can kind of see the filler through it, but this I had to import from Japan. It was one of the very early mods I did to the car, and it's fared me quite well, and the rivets let go, so I've had to put it on with nuts and bolts instead of the rivets. Other than that, it's a fuel door, what more do you want me to say? Quite a rare part, but also quite sought after. It's just no one seems to know where to get them. So yeah, that's been on the car for I'd say 2 years now, and it's never really gone wrong apart from it tried to fall off once. And right at the bottom of the car we've got the dynamic side skirts, which come with the splitter. They're an optional extra as well from Toyota. I believe these also fit the facelift model due to the fact that they never changed anything about the side of the facelift. It was literally just a facelift at the front. So the side skirts kind of drop the ride height by about an inch to an inch and a half, and they just sort of make the car look that bit more aggressive. They kind of add a bit more flair at the bottom of the car with the flare at the bottom of the car. Other small little mods I've done at the side is these little caps here. Instead of having the door locks exposed, you put these in. It just kind of makes it look a little bit cleaner from a distance, instead of having these big gaping holes where the keys are supposed to go. At the back, same again, same size, same offset, same width, but I've got, on the back here, I've got 25mm spacers, and on the front I've got 17s. Just simply to push it out further, because when I bought the wheels I didn't have coilovers, and the standard suspension is that much thicker that if I didn't run spacers I would have hit off the struts, so that's the only reason why I'm running spacers. Coming around to the back, there isn't very much I've done. I've put facelift rear lights on that looked a bit pink, so I tinted them so they're darker now. You can't really see it on camera, but I'm sure you will have seen it in a few of my previous episodes when you see the back of the car in like my glamour shots. But overall they come up a really nice colour in the sun. Moving round, I've also put a JDM rear plate with LED license plate bulbs, and I've also carbon wrapped these rear bits here simply because when I had a UK plate there was a bolt hole right there. I've got my finger on it, and there's one on the other side as well, and I didn't feel like doing filler and painting and sanding and everything like that, so I just stuck some carbon wrap over it. It keeps it weather tight, and I've got no rust inside the boot lid, and that's over 2 years now, so I'd say it's fared pretty well. Now this is a small little detail that only Celica owners are really going to notice. This in here is generally the same colour as the rest of the car, but you can buy these vinyl inlays. I got them I think from eBay for like £3, and they basically stick in and you can have pretty much any colour you want, and I just went with black just because I wanted it to stand out a little bit. Moving down, you can't really see it here because the lighting isn't very brilliant out here, but I've smoked the rear fog lights and I've also carbon wrapped the surrounds. I just wanted something different from everybody else, and the only other moddy type of fogs you could have other than just flushing them and putting an LED bar down here is the clear ones, but they cost like 60 quid, and I'm not paying that for two clear bodied rear fog lights that literally serve no function because you never really use them, so I just smoked these ones with some tint spray. Right at the bottom of the car, I'll try and get a better angle of it, we have a red tow hook. I bought this a long time ago. Doesn't really serve any function because I don't plan on towing the car out of anywhere from the rear, but it looks nice and I like it, and it kind of bulks out the back a little bit, adds something while I've got the exhaust on one side, I've got this on the other. Another small detail that not many people will notice is I've removed the rear wiper. I've just put this rubber bung in it, a little bit of bathroom sealant on the inside. Most folk who have ever removed a wiper will know the general process. It's the same for most cars. But it used to have a big wiper arm that used to go like that all the way up the window, and one day when I came out of work it froze to the window. I tried to turn it on, it ripped the rubber clean off, so instead of me replacing the wiper I just took it out because I never really used it anyway. Now this is supposed to be the original Toyota logo, but after seeing the original Toyota logo I'm not sure what this is. It could well be something off a Chinese menu or something, but I like the look of it so I've left it. It could well be slagging me off, but I'm not really sure. And I think the final thing on this car is the TRD Sports M exhaust. Now Sports M was a special edition of a Celica. There was 1200 ever made that basically Toyota gave TRD 1200 Celicas and said just go nuts. So they put TRD everything on it, anti-roll bars, shocks, different type of front suspension. Some had better pistons, some had a better exhaust manifold. They came with LSDs, lighter weight, less noise reduction, but more spot welding on the chassis. And also this exhaust, which you'll have heard in a bunch of my other videos. It sounds brilliant, and it still has a massive silencer in it, so if I wanted to go louder I could just cut it out, but right now I'm pretty happy with how the car sounds. But yeah, that's basically the exterior tour of my car. There's not very much done to it, it's just little things here and there and the usual kind of stuff. So I've got the coilovers on it and slightly uprated brakes and new alloys and all the stuff I've talked about in this video, and I don't really have any kind of future plans with the car. It's just sort of, I'm happy with it the way it is now. I could do with maybe a rear valance along the bottom just to kind of bulk it out, because I feel that looking at how low the sides of the car is, this is dead low, and then the bumpers are way up here. And I kind of feel I could do with bringing that down a little bit. But I don't really have the money for that at the moment. I've got bigger and better things to save for, so maybe in the future, we'll see. So yeah, that's been the exterior tour of the Celica. I've had a few people asking me for this, and I just haven't really got down to doing it, but since I've been having a break for a few days I thought, why not find somewhere nice and clear and quiet and no one hanging around, and just get it done with. Obviously a lot of my videos are about my car, so it's only fair I do a video talking about what actually the car has had done to it on the outside. As you can see, it's not as much as it seems, it's just little details here and there. But this has been my exterior tour of the Celica, and I'll see you next time. See ya!